เจสัน สเตแธมกลับมาระหำอีกครั้ง
I need to know who's responsible. I'll kill my son.
ในภาพยนตร์ล้างแค้นที่เดือดที่สุดของไกาย ริชชี่
They're serious.
Leave this to me. But I do bear a grudge.
Wrath of Man คนคลั่งแค้นปล้นผ่านรก
Action.
จากวิสัยทัศน์ของผู้กำกับภาพยนตร์มากความสามารถไกาย ริชชี่ที่แจ้งเกิดจากภาพยนตร์อาชญากรรมฟอร์มเล็กสุดเก๋า Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels และ Snatch ก่อนที่จะขยับมากำกับภาพยนตร์ฟอร์มยักษ์หลายต่อหลายเรื่องไม่ว่าจะเป็น Sherlock Holmes ทั้ง2ภาค The Man from U.N.C.L.E King Arthur Legend of the Sword Aladdin และผลงานล่าสุดในปี 2019 ก็พาให้ไกาย ริชชี่กลับเข้าสู่โลกแห่งอาชญากรรมที่เขาคุ้นเคยอีกครั้งใน The Gentleman
When the lion's hungry, he eats.
และดูเหมือนว่าการกลับเข้าสู่โลกแห่งอาชญากรของไกาย ริชชี่ได้จุดประกายให้เขาสานต่อเรื่องราวที่ติดอยู่ในใจมานานกว่า 10 ปี โดยไกาย ริชชี่เคยรับชมภาพยนตร์จากประเทศฝรั่งเศสเรื่อง Cash Truck ซึ่งไกาย ริชชี่ก็ได้หลงรักภาพยนตร์เรื่องนี้ในทันทีและตัดสินใจรีเมคภาพยนตร์เรื่อง Cash Truck ให้กลายเป็นภาพยนตร์ล้างแค้นสุดระห่ำ Wrath of Man
Wrath of Man is a story of revenge based around the cash truck business in Los Angeles. H, who is on a tear of vengeance to find the killers of his innocent son. This film is more violent, more gritty, and arguably more realistic than any of my other films have previously been, when an innocent child is murdered. But when the father happens to be a killer himself, it inspires all sorts of empathetic vengeance that anyone can relate to.
แสดงนำโดยนักแสดงคู่บุญของไกาย ริชชี่เจสัน สเตแธมมารับบท H พนักงานใหม่ของบริษัทขนเงินรายใหญ่ในลอสแองเจลิส
We have a new addition. May I introduce H?
โดยที่ไม่มีใครรู้เลยว่า H เป็นนักฆ่าระดับพักการและมีความแค้นบางอย่างที่กำลังรอวันชำระ
Yeah, Jason and I have been mates for about 22 years, and he's one of my best mates. There's much I respect and like about Jason Statham. It was as simple as calling him up and giving him a 2-minute pitch on what that film was. I thought this would be the perfect story for Jason and I to be reunited on. It's not funny, this film. The theme is serious, and it's very violent and very aggressive. But I thought it'd be the perfect role for Jason to occupy.
พร้อมด้วยทีมนักแสดงคุณภาพอีกมากมายไม่ว่าจะเป็นจอช ฮาร์ตเน็ตมารับบทบอย สวีท เดฟ
He's an employee of the Fortico security company, and he's a cash truck driver. He's a sort of wannabe antagonist toward Jason's character, H. He wanted to be in the military, but wasn't able to be in the military for a multitude of reasons, probably mostly his temperament. Then he moved out to Los Angeles to be an actor, and he found himself not being very good at that either. And then he thought he could employ both of those sort of mentalities in a job like this, where he gets to pretend he's like really tough, but really he's a kid who grew up without a father, who just wants to prove himself to everyone around. He's very close to his mommy. And so in order to scare other people off, he barks a lot more than he bites.
สกอตต์ อีสต์วูดในบทแจน
Jan is dangerous, very dangerous. My first impressions of him was he was a hothead. He was very unpredictable. That I really liked. I was really drawn to that. It was sort of like an exciting character. He was kind of a live wire.
โฮลต์ แมคคอลานีรับบทบุลเลต
Bullet is a former soldier, and he's generally a kind of extroverted and gregarious kind of a guy, but he's dissatisfied with his life and his prospects. I think that Bullet has a lot of admiration and respect for H, because H is clearly a very talented and a very capable. But at the same time, this causes me to begin to become a little bit suspicious of him.
It doesn't feel right.
But if he's not a cop, what is he?
He's a dark fucking spirit.
เอ็ดดี้มาแซนในบทเชอรี่
Terry runs the cash truck depot. At the start of the story, there's been a recent robbery where one of his drivers has been killed. So he has a heightened sense of security and fear about losing another one of his drivers. Jason's character, H, comes into the depot and at first seems very efficient and very calm, but Terry's very aware of the fact that there's something not quite right.
เจฟฟรีย์ โดโนแวนในบทแจ็คสัน
So Jackson is ex-military, dishonorably discharged. He's pretty much a felon and now is trying to support his wife and 2 kids. He can't make a living. He's a highly skilled soldier, so there's not a lot of jobs for soldiers without weapons. Every criminal thinks they're not a criminal.
นีฟ อัลกาในบทดาน่า
Dana is a part of this cash truck crew. She's got this kind of tough exterior, but inside she is quite fragile and damaged, but makes up for it by her exterior. I think for Dana, she's always been a woman in a man's world. She's strong-willed and she's quick, and she can give back just as well as she takes, you know.
Highlight of my career working with Guy Ritchie. He's just a guy who gets it done and shoots it in the simplest way possible, but also a really interesting way. And I really like working for him.
He wrote the script, and yet we come into work every day and he is ready to rewrite every word. Really, when you walk into work every day, you don't know what you're going to end up doing.
He changes a lot of the dialogue on the spot because you can hear it. He's a man of instincts. He goes with his instincts.
Guy, in a sense, is similar to Mike Lee in that they decide to make the film with the camera. You have more of a dance with the camera because the camera is very flexible and moves around you.
You know, what makes Guy Ritchie films interesting is that there's a lot of gray area. Bad guys are bad, the good guys are bad. He loves to explore these criminal underworld. All the characters have their own flaws, their own issues. They're all going through something. It makes the films interesting because it's not, things aren't black and white.
He doesn't hold actors back, you know, you get to play around.
I've always been a huge fan of Guy, so I wanted to just be in it for the experience and see what he saw in me as an actor for this role.
I think some actors find my process at the beginning a bit unnerving. What we try to do is create a roadmap which is not too definitive. I try with the actors on the day to improve the dialogue or the plot on the day as much as we can, and in my experience that usually improves by at least 50%.
Hear that? That's what it's like to be on the set of a Guy Ritchie film.
เตรียมพบกับภาพยนตร์ล้างแค้นลุยแหลกผลงานโคตรเดือดจากผู้กำกับมากวิสัยทัศน์ Guy Ritchie.
I need to know who's responsible. I'll kill my son. It's gotta be an inside job.
You're gonna have to go undercover, boss.
จับมือกับนักแสดงโคตรระห่ำ Jason Statham.
Who'd you work for?
Suck my fucking dick.
ที่พร้อมจะเสิร์ฟความมันให้คุณแบบหยุดไม่อยู่ใน Rat of Man คนคลั่งแค้นปล้นผ่านนรกเร็วๆนี้ในโรงภาพยนตร์ครับและอย่าลืมกด subscribe ช่อง Filmment เอาไว้จะได้ไม่พลาดคอนเทนต์ดีๆสำหรับคนรักภาพยนตร์ครับ